Hi, welcome to Social Science class, dear students. So we came to the last part of the video from the chapter Indian Struggle to the Freedom, part 2. Is it right? So in that we had seen in the previous video, we had seen the timeline. Timeline means what happened in which year. Is it right? What happened? Which year and how the Indians reacted and how the British reacted for that act. So this is the timeline. I told that from 1919 to 1947, it is the time of Gandhiji's. So Gandhiji took the leadership and he led the Indians towards the freedom. Nearly 28 years. 1919 to 1947 means nearly how many years? 28 years the Indians struggled to get a freedom after Gandhiji came. Before that only, so they were fighting to get a freedom that we had seen in the first part of the chapter. Is it right? Indian freedom struggle part 1, we had seen how they were struggled and how they also tried to unite the Indians to fight against British. See, here I have written, so this will be coming to the exams also. So I have written only 1919. So you have to find out what happened in the year 1919. So there Rowlatt Act, 1919 Rowlatt Act, 1919 April 13, Jallianwala Bagh Massacre, 1920 to 22 February 5, 1922. So Chowri Chowra incident, the Indian strugglers means strikers or freedom fighters let fire to the police station. So by this movement Gandhiji took back the launch called non-cooperation movement. 1922 onwards, that was the time of revolutionaries. So they came to front line and they were struggling, they were fighting to get independence, not by the way the Gandhiji put, but by the way they selected. That is what? Armed revolutions. Armed means with the weapons they have to fight against the British and to get out. Freedom was their intention and they tried it. So for example, Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar Azad, Dutt, so those are the Sukhdev, so those are the few leaders who took the way of armed revolutions to get India free from the British hands. So now let us see another timeline here. 1930 Civil Disobedience Movement, 1939 to 45 World War II, 1942 August 8 Quit India Movement, 1947 Partition and Independence. Let us see. These are the years and these are the incidents that taken place in the path of India's freedom movement. So 1930 Civil Disobedience Movement. So disobedience. What is the meaning of disobedience? So obedient. Let us understand the meaning of obedient. After that we can understand disobedience. Obedient means we say you people to come to school at 9:30. You are obedient, you will come to school at 9:30 and I will say write that notes. You are obedient, you will write the notes. And I say you to read for the test, you will read, you are obedient and I will give the marks. After that I will become a good teacher because of your obedience. So you are listening, you are doing whatever I ask. Because of your obedience, I am saying and I am correcting and you are reading. So there is no complaint about you. Because you are obedient. So here non-obedient or disobedience. What is disobedience? I say you to come at 9:30 but you will not come in. I say you to write the notes, you are not writing the notes. I say you to write the test, you are not writing properly. So then you will not get a marks. If you are not getting the marks, then say that, so I can't do anything. Is it right? You have to listen. If you are not listening, I cannot do anything. So then I cannot take a class for you people because you are not coming. You are not listening to the class. You are not reading. You are not writing the notes. So then what can I do? So I will go and say, sir, they are not listening to me. I cannot take a class and I will leave that. See, this is what the thought of Gandhiji. Civil disobedience, that means the British had made some certain rules and regulations to rule the country. So means any government or any institution or any home, there are rules. There are what? rules. So we have to follow that. The same way the British also made the rules to follow. So what we are obedient, that's why we were following the rules. So now the Gandhiji said that disobedience means don't follow the rules and regulations laid by the British. So then how they will rule us? Is it right? We have to obedient for them. So we have to follow the rules and regulations. If they say them, so we have to pay the tax. We have to pay the tax. By paying the tax, they will get a money. So after that, they will give the salary to all the officers. So if we are not paying the tax, so they will not get a money. So if they don't get a money means they cannot give the salary to the officers. So if the officers were not getting the salaries, they will not work for the government. They will resign the government. After that, the British will go back to their country. So this is a simple idea. So Gandhiji called this as Purna Swaraja or complete independence. So under civil disobedience movement, there was another word, that is Purna Swaraja. Purna means full. Swarajya means independence. Complete independence or Purna Swaraj. So for this, so they had taken decision 1929 Lahore Congress session. Lahore Congress session. For example, any government or any school or any principal or any organization people, before taking the decision, they will meet. So likewise, the Congress. So in the previous chapter, we had seen, is it right, Indian National Congress, so established by Hume in the year 1885. So that Congress met in Lahore. Present day, the Lahore is in Pakistan. So they met. So where they are meeting, so that is called as a Congress session. So they met in a Lahore. That's why Lahore Congress session. They met in the year 1929. So there they have discussed to launch the civil disobedience movement in the year 1930. It started by April 6. So Purna Swarajya or complete independence. I told that civil disobedience means breaking the rules. That was made by the British. So at that time they made one rule. Do you know what is that? Yeah, salt. What is that? Salt. So we can prepare the salt in our own soil. Is it right? We can prepare the salt in our own soil. Means within India we can prepare that. But the British made one rule that so no Indians should not produce the salt. So they told that we will bring the salt from the Europe and we will sell here. So for bringing the salt, it costs so many. Is it right? They have to bring that in a ship. So transport charge. For that they increased the tax. And they told that we have to pay the more in tax to purchase the salt. And also they told that so here the salt producers should not produce the salt. See how the rules is. So Gandhiji made a one plan. Do you know what is that? So he started the long march. That is called Dandi Satyagraha. What is that is called? Dandi Satyagraha. Dandi Satyagraha. So Dandi Satyagraha means to break the rules made by the British. Gandhiji marched from his ashrama Sabaramati to Dandi. Sabaramati to Dandi, Gandhiji marched by his followers. So there were 78 followers. He marched. So by reaching the Dandi, he produced the salt. He took the salt freely. So that is the symbolic meaning or symbolic message that we broke the rules made by the British. This is civil disobedience movement. So let us understand the second point, 1939 to 1945. This is the period of World War II. Second. So in that World War, all the people participated, all the Europe people participated, not all the country people of the world participated, but the Europe country people participated. India was ruled by the British. That means we were under the control of British. Whatever the decisions taken by the British, we are one. And also European people thought that, means Europe's enemy country, means Britain's enemy country thought that this is also part of the India, means Britain, we can attack on the India also. And Britain people called all the leaders and they said that, so help us, send the soldiers from the India, we have to fight against our enemy group in the World War II. So Indian leaders agreed, okay, we will send, but on one condition. What is that condition? The condition is, you have to give freedom after the World War II finished. We will send you the army and we will save you from your enemy. And like that, you will get a freedom and you can not damaged by your enemy country. So likewise, we are helping you. So likewise, you have to help us by giving the freedom. The British agreed, okay, let us say we will give the freedom. So that Indians also participated in that war. The war finished in the year 1945. In the middle, they said that we cannot give the freedom to the India. So they told like that. So after that, Subhash Chandra Bose was another prominent leader of Indian freedom struggle. So he went to Russia, he went to Japan, he went to Germany. So he met Napoleon, France. So he met everybody. So not France. He met France, but Napoleon was not the ruler at that time. He met all the people, means who are all enemy to the Britain. So he met all the people and he took the help of them. So finally he came to Japan and Japan people agreed to help the India. So that Subhash Chandra Bose found Indian National Army. What we found? Indian National Army, Azad Hind Fauj. Azad Hind Fauj. So that is the name of army. So in that army, all the war prisoners. So here I told that for the Second World War, so we are sending the army people, soldiers. So that soldiers will be captured by the Japan. So Japan told that all the war prisoners, means who are all captured in the war, so they will be given to INA. So that war prisoners were formed another army and they came to attack on the India. So they came to up to Myanmar and Burma. But after that the situation changed, so that Subhash Chandra Bose, who went outside the country to get India independent, but he didn't return to India after it get independent also. He died in a plane crash. That was the very important incident that Subhash Chandra Bose went to foreign and he took the help of foreign armies and he found Indian National Army and he attacked on India and he wanted to make a force movement for the British to leave our country, but it has not worked. But his achievements and his strive is really the inspirable, and still now if we are reading the stories of Subhash Chandra Bose, so we will get thrilled. So we will feel that yes, we have to do something like that he was. So next, 1942, in the middle, when the British told us we will not give a freedom, so Gandhiji gave the ultimate launch that do or die. So he launched that movement in the year August 1888. So that movement name is Quit India movement. Quit India means British, you quit the India and go to your country. Go back to your own country. That is what Quit India movement. So in that he told to the Indian people that do or die. So do or die means this time we have to remove the British from the India, otherwise we have to die. Here also we have to maintain the non-violence. We should not hurt the British, but we should make the British to remove, means go from our country to their country. So this was happened. So after that 1947, the British gave the independence to us, but before giving the independence, they divided India into the two parts. One is Pakistan, another one is India. So that is called as partition. Partition means parted in the country into the two parts. So after that they gave independence in the year 1947. So from then 1947 August 15 we are celebrating as a Indian Independence Day. This is what Indian freedom struggle part 2. So it started in the year 1990 and it ended in the year 1947. See, nearly 28 years we have launched so many programs and so many ways to get our independence. Gandhiji from one side he was going in